All right. All right. We are on Saturday now because stuff happens.
My fault.
Life
Yeah.
happens. Life happens. You got to move
Life
stuff
happens.
around. I don't know what you got going on. I did the usual shift at the museum today. Kind of got tired, took a nap, came back, watched
Nice.
Moon Knight, did my notes. And so this is not a bad night for me to do the spoiler show.
Cool. Yeah, this week, yeah, it works for me this way. Just because, again, we're going to some friends for dinner tomorrow night. So
yeah. So we can move it around every once in a while.
Yeah.
How you doing, Larry?
Not bad. Gotta fight the madness at Home Depot today. That was a treat. Oh my gosh, what a nut house.
What was going on?
Oh, it was just super busy, and I don't know what the deal is, but like every aisle, it was like full of. I don't know if they were, like online orders that people were going to pick up or stuff. But they just had like carts and things just filled with stuff up and down all the aisles. Like you couldn't even move around. It was kind of nuts. And I'm trying to get trim, so I'm getting these like 16-foot long lengths of floorboard, and I'm trying to finagle it in these aisles where it was just kind of a joke.
You got the big cart pushing lumber around.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Fun. Yeah, it was raining. It's been rainy here in Minnesota, and made traffic kind of an obstacle course this morning. Some people are driving slow, some people are driving fast, and
people.
But the rain made for a good day to be indoors at a museum, so we had good attendance, and
good day to take a nap.
takes I don't know, a lot happened, but didn't happen, so I don't know, whatever. So that was my Saturday so far, and before we get into Moon Knight, Doctor Strange.
So
excited, like I can't get enough of the hype.
I know. I think I'm going to plan probably once a day to go see it next weekend. I don't know. Well, it's going to be, it's like I was trying to coordinate seeing it with this person or that person and my kids and my wife, and friends, whatever. And I don't have to go do it all at one time. I can just go over and over and over again with that pass.
Dang.
So
movie pass.
Yeah.
Way to go. So
we'll have to have a special edition next week.
The hype is real. I've been seeing the trailers get, happen, and then there was some sort of Comic-Con thing or comic press thing. So there was some new footage, and they added footage, and then there was some leak, and then there was official. So before I dialed up the StreamYard here, I watched Moon Knight, and then I watched the Legends. They describe each character for about 5 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever, from Doctor Strange to Wong to Scarlet Witch, and all of their appearances kind of in a montage of a hero's journey in the MCU.
Oh, cool.
And
I'll have to check that out.
They're up to 15, 16, 17 characters on this description of becoming Marvel Legends.
Oh, okay. And this includes the ones before with Wanda and Vision and all that. Is that what you're talking about, or just for the movie for Doctor Strange?
So all the different legends are like Hawkeye. Before Hawkeye the series dropped, they did Hawkeye the Legend. And etc. So what was that?
Keychains hanging off my light here.
I was like, what are you?
I know. I'm trying to get this light to. I don't know.
That's all right.
I used to have a ring light. My ring light's all not working. So
come on, Larry. Maximum effort.
I know. Seriously.
All right. So. Yeah, we'll probably talk more at the end of the show, Doctor Strange, because I watch this Legend stuff and I just can't wait. I can't wait. I want to go back and watch more MCU, Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange. So I would, WandaVision even, like,
Oh,
for
I
the
know.
Agatha and all the chaos magic.
I
Like,
feel like I should probably watch WandaVision before I go see the movie.
yeah, I
That
feel
might
like
be
if
my
you
mission
want
this week.
to, what do you call it? Rewatch stuff before you
Mhm.
see a new sequel. I think WandaVision is a must. I think Doctor Strange 1. I mean, of course, they had a huge parts in the Infinity Saga / Endgame.
Well, and you got No Way Home, because I'm sure that the events of that movie are going to be a big deal about it in this one. So,
Yeah, I
Chef
just
T is here. Hi, Chef.
I don't know the
Welcome to the show.
comments. There we go. Comments. Hello. All right, Chef. We've got a few people watching, so let's jump into Moon Knight, episode 5.
5 of 6, man.
We're
We got one episode left, and we're hoping that maybe we're gonna see Jake. Maybe.
maybe
I thought we were gonna see him this episode.
I'm gonna go Samson on us and say maybe we're gonna see Moon Knight on Moon Knight, because it seems like the show is called Stephen Grant to me.
I know, right? Yeah.
It is an origin story of Stephen Grant. So we'll get there later in this episode. They finally, yeah, there he is. I said it before you could say it, Todd. Maybe Moon Knight will show up on his own show, just like Boba Fett
Who
had
knows?
a whole Mandalorian episode. I mean, there was none in this, and every other episode had a little Moon Knight. And now we're in the episode's called Asylum. So we're basically in his mind. I guess they showed when he first became Moon Knight. So that's the only Moon Knight we got.
Right. No real action though.
Yeah, he got the robes. We'll get there. I like to break down scene by scene, so we'll get there. But man, don't you think that's crazy that they have a show like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. I thought that the especially in this episode, his performance was riveting.
Oscar is gonna get Emmy.
Yeah.
For Best Actor as Mark Spector, and he's going to get another Emmy for Best Supporting Actor as Stephen Grant. That would be awesome.
That's a good one. I like it.
That would be something they do at MTV Awards, but like give 2 awards to the same person.
Right.
Dual personalities. He's that good though. Yeah, he is that good. All right. Where do we begin? We go all the way back to Mark as a boy crying help, or his brother crying help. And I mean, they show you a character that happens to be his mom saying it's all your fault. So they set it up in seconds how this episode is going to call back to his childhood trauma event. And him creating a character to forget about it, and maybe more, and we can theorize about that. I think MCU is putting a twist on it. So before we dive, I know I usually don't like to jump around, but I think this is it. We only have one more episode. We thought we were going to see Jake Lockney, but the way they explain Stephen Grant seems like they don't have time for another character.
Well, unless it's all to set up, the next season. I mean, if they're going to leave us on a huge cliffhanger or something.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see more of it. I would love to see another season. And hopefully then we'll see some action.
The way his eyes glowed as a kid. So I think his eyes just like went back in this. All right, we're gonna get there. Mark, so Mark, and then we're back as Mark in Dr. Harrow's office, and him saying he's not a real doctor. They're having some discussion / argument. He's like gonna break out of there, and they inject him with something, and he goes to sleep again. So we get flashes in this episode right away. So then we continue with the hippo and him screaming at the hippo. So we're right about the hippo being the Tawrat guide of the realm of the Egyptian underworld. And she explains that he's dead, and she's there to guide his soul through this plane. I don't know, astral plane, I guess, or something. There's all these different afterlives. They're setting up the MCU like as far as like the mythos of where you go after this. And
and I like that they did do a little bit of exposition there to explain that T'Challa's what does he call, what is referred to his
ancestral plane?
The ancestral plane, thank you. So that's just another, and she explains that there are many afterlives or the way they're perceived anyway by different people. So
yeah, well, Wakanda's not too far from Egypt, so Africa. So it makes sense that their gods have some parallels, and then in their in that work. So in this plane of existence or non-existence, he's perceiving it to be a psycho ward. In that, that goes along with a lot of movie lore too, where you can't comprehend where you are, so you just make up something you're familiar with,
right?
And so he's in a hospital, but Mark busts out the doors, and then it exposes kind of a truth that they're on this like sail barge.
It's sailing through the sands.
Sands of Duet. The realm of Duet is the underworld they're called, and it's quite the Egyptian lore where if your heart is balanced, you will go to the field of reeds. And this is the journey that he's on, but his hearts are pulled out of him by the hippo. And put on the scales of justice versus the feather of truth. And what happened?
Doc says, I think he's only mostly dead.
Yeah, he's
a la Princess Bride.
Mostly dead.
Mostly dead, which is different than all dead. I'm sorry, you asked what?
So what do the scales of truth do when we see the hearts in the
feathers? Well, it'll basically determine whether or not you're going up or down. You're going to heaven or hell. And so if they balance, you're good to go to the Valley of Reeds. But it was a hard time balancing them until they balanced.
Well, when you're
and they had to go figure it out. They had to go address these things in their past, so to speak, or Mark had to, and then we can go back inside and start visiting some more rooms.
Another thing I was thinking right away was, if it's unbalanced, maybe they need that third heart. They need Jake Lockneys there to get his full character,
Perhaps.
to be full. All right. So yeah, we go through the memories. There's a creepy cafe in the psycho ward, and we see all of Mark's kills. And that was cool. We got there were zombies, but they're just sitting there. And he recognizes, it's like you killed somebody. You try to forget that, see how fast you forget.
But one of the zombies wasn't just sitting there.
Right. There's a little boy there that he thinks it's his fault.
I think Doc's onto something in his comments there.
Where I gotta go all through Doc's comments here.
It's like a 3-1-3-3. Jake took the actual beatings. Because and I think that's pretty spot on, because in the scene, Stephen and Mark leave the bedroom after he witnesses the Stephen coming out for the first time. But they leave the bedroom before the actual whoopings happened. So I'm thinking that, yeah, Jake's the one that takes the punishment.
I like that theory. I think it's very complex for the general public. You have to be a comic nerd like that to really to understand where that's going. And like Doc saying, the third sarcophagus could have been a hint towards that.
Definitely.
Didn't open it. I think, if they want to stay away from that, they can kind of just write it off right now. Because it would be interesting to see Jake Lockney appear differently. Like if Mark lives and Steven, we got to get to the end. All right, so Ro,
yeah,
Roland Randall, his brother, is running around. They're being kids. They're pretending to be the Tomb Buster characters.
Right.
I thought that was a good callback to he wasn't just crazy watching this video over and over. He saw it as a kid, and like a lot of kids did make believe and pretend you're characters and explorers, and they ran into a dangerous cave in a downpour. It was raining heavy, and unfortunately, the little boy doesn't survive. His little brother, and we kind of flashed to a wake or a shiva or something, where his mother is just struck with grief and blaming him as he comes down the stairs. It's all your fault. A parent should never do this to a child. It's pretty rough.
Zizu, that's pretty much where I think it's pretty spot on. Because again, in his imaginary phone calls to his mom, she's still alive and he has a good relationship with her, so that
was another good part of the story where he flips to Stephen and gets to forget about his mother's death, just like when he flipped as a child to forget about his little brother's death and his whole relationship to his brother. So that's where we're at. We see some more scenes with the birthday cakes, and him leaving home as kind of college age. We see the mercenary camp where he has either killed or his partner killed all these other characters, including Layla's dad. And he's we don't know exactly what happened there, other than he's injured and he's crawling to the Temple of Kanju. They just happen to be right there. Doc and Zizu are talking here. I'm gonna try to keep your guys' comments in part of the conversation. Let me know, Larry, if we jump around too much.
That episode jumped around enough. I think we'll be
in it, and it's like flash. We're here. We're here.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, and now we get our Moon Knight appearance, right? So Kanju's talking to him. He's about to commit suicide, and he's like, "What a waste! You should be my hands and eyes and vengeance, and swear to protect the travelers in the night. Rise and live again."
I thought it was very interesting that Khonshu found it intriguing that he was a divided soul. He as he was picking him to be a worthy avatar, he made it a point to mention that I recognize that you're cuckoo.
That you're in Darth Vader voice. Most fascinating.
Most impressive.
Most fascinating. Yeah, that was a good scene. So there's our Moon Knight on the Moon Knight show. He gets the robes, the protective robes of the moon god Khonshu, and boom, we're back on the boat. It's not the goat boat. It's the it's the duet boat with the hippo and some other people, and souls are falling out of the sky like the bad part of Ghostbusters.
Yeah, they talk about I don't know which review show I was watching, but how they're coming down in these these purple lighted trails, and how that purple magic keeps showing up in the MCU, like Agatha Harkness and Dormammu, that the bad magic, the evil magic tends to be purple a lot. And so along with Harrow's, when he does his magic and he brings demons out of the ground, also purple magic, the stones in his cane, all of that. So I'm as what's the hippo goddess's name?
Torwat.
Yes. She's saying something's going on, so it's kind of like, okay, so at this moment Harrow is starting to send souls down, so we need to get back topside. And I just thought that was very interesting, because it was a callback to, like I said, like Agatha Harkness, Dormammu, and that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right.
One of the other things I noticed in this episode is that it's not totally linear when he's in the asylum, because I think early on, when he's in Dr. Harrow's office, he's bloodied up and he's got the bandage over his nose. Yep. Later, it's gone. Later, he's not injured, and it seems like it's.
So that could have been Jake, like Zizu and Doc are saying.
Could be.
We had that other, where the fight scene where he, like, the knife, he woke up and he really did something. Mm-hmm. So maybe we do have this third persona, which it's got to be Jake, I guess, and maybe makes sense with the bandages.
And he did speak a little bit differently. It was kind of like a New York accent.
Yeah.
Or a Boston accent. But only slightly. I mean, it wasn't, super noticeable. It's not like he was, I don't know, speaking with a German accent or something. I don't know. But it was very much all over the place, especially as we go into different rooms and visiting, episodes in this past.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's where we're at in this story, because my notes are like, Stevens arguing with Mark, and Mark's hitting himself, and then he wakes up in Dr. Harrow with Dr. Harrow again, reliving the traumatic memories. And he asks, did Mark create Steven to hide, or did Steven create Mark to punish? And then he's just kind of, he becomes Steven again. I just can't keep track of it anymore.
Oh,
back and forth.
yeah. This one was so back and forth between, because we had
they see
Mark and Steven in the same place.
Yeah. We're seeing the scene again because we just we see it at like different windows where the boy's crying and he becomes Steven. So he like we said. And he reads the poster, when danger is near, Stephen Grant has no fear. and that's the character he becomes, this character with no fear. So he's fractured brain way before Kanju. And and then we don't see the belt and the spanking or beating, and maybe he created.
I think you hear it. I think you did hear the first belt crack. But you didn't. But they were leaving the room,
right?
And I'm thinking that that's when Jake showed up.
Wow,
that's
to really take take over, to hide the pain. He has a whole another character to hide the fear. He has a character. It's crazy.
Well, and that would make sense if Jake is Jake is the violent part of the personality. Even though Mark, he seems like he's this mercenary guy. So he does have a certain amount of violent tendencies. But, when you see the stabbing in Cairo and Mark says that wasn't me.
Yeah.
So
lots going on here. It sounded like Nick Miller from New Hero. That's funny.
Yes, amen. And they got to wrap it up it's supposed to be a short episode. I think it's less than 50 minutes.
Yeah, the reviewers are saying it's a short episode. I don't know what they got to wrap up. I mean, they wrapped it up as far as I know.
Only kind of, because they've got to stop the villain. We still have to deal with Harrow.
Oh yeah.
There's that.
There's that.
And Khonshu's the only person that's really probably going to be able to, because if Amit does come, then and it's interesting, Doc, you say that Mark, it does seem like a made up name, although Ezra Spector is the name of his dad, so that is the family name. So it just sounds like a comic book name for obvious reasons, but
they really showed some of the Jewish heritage, showing his father and the yarmulke at the end, and the way that the way they had the Shiva for his mom, but he decided to stay outside. So there's where they show him in his adulthood change from Mark to Steven again for a long time, where basically he's grieving his mom's death and he can't even confront his family, and he just hides from it. So he just becomes Steven, and he's in America. He's like, they're driving on the wrong side of the road.
Right. And he calls his mom.
He fake calls him his mom, and he's talking to his mom. So that freaked him out earlier when he was talking to Dr. Harrow or Ned Flanders.
Yeah.
And
and timeline wise, this is the event that Mark had mentioned in a way several episodes ago when he said something has changed. And so it must have been the death of his mother that brought Steven, I guess, maybe not brought him out necessarily, but allowed Mark, Steven starts to see Mark. And he mentions that, although we know that it has been going on for a long time. I mean, the split personality has been happening because Khonshu knows about the idiot, the worm. And so Steven's got enough time with the body to get a job and have an apartment and all this other stuff. So that's something that happens is, I'm guessing, the death of his mother, and Mark having to deal with that. I'm guessing Mark, because when he went away when he was a young man, I think you can assume that during those years he's not having anything to do with his mother. He's leaving. He's like, I'm getting away from that.
Yeah.
That bad person in my life. And then
when
he has to confront the death of his mom, that triggers some things in his psyche that all of a sudden now this is why we're seeing this dichotomy come out. And this, because Steven's never aware of Mark until now.
Yeah. I don't think he was talking to anyone, Doc. I think he was just fake call, because even Harrow is like, let's call her. And there was just the dial tone, I think. He was faking it and gives him just to see what his reaction is. And then he gave in. He's like, and accepted the truth finally, so that he could balance those scales. And we almost get there. We're on the boat. We're full of sand zombies right now. We get our action fight scene where Mark is getting it. They're trying to drag Mark down into the sand, and Steven's like, maybe I can help. And he gets his courage and fights off a few of the sand guys with a baseball bat / cricket bat. And unfortunately, Steven, the last guy almost gets Mark again, and he goes overboard. Steven goes overboard. Thank goodness they got different shirts on, because
right,
we would never know who's who if they did like the same shirt. So Steven is walking and freezing to the sand and turns into sand.
Yeah. And so that mean is the scales balance?
The scales balance.
Is this the big breakthrough for Mark, that he has now said goodbye to one of his personalities?
Yeah, and this is where we can tangent more into theories of how Jake or how something else, because he lost Steven and it balanced out. So if he's in the field of reeds and wants to get out of there, could he turn into Jake and or force some other personality into the spectrum and then somehow get back? Or I don't know how he gets out of there. I think
I think that whole it's a non-physical plane that they're on, and so all this stuff is a representation of things. So I really don't know that what it looks like is that we've said goodbye to Steven. But that's a good point, Doc.
Well, he's not gone. He's the same person. So either he isn't Layla still out there? I think Layla has to come to the rescue and let Khonshu out, and then Khonshu gives Mark the power back somehow, and then that just drags him back out of this astral plane.
Well, because yeah, well, he's in the field of reeds. So the boat's gone. He's there alone, in theory. Is he able to now? When they were still on the boat, they were heading back to the other temple that had the
Yeah.
gateway, the Temple of Osiris, I think, so they could pass back into the physical world to defeat Harrow because of all the falling purple souls.
Yeah.
So now, as Mark is in this field of reeds, is he going to have a gateway to get out? Could he? Who knows? That's what we're here to talk about. That's what we're here to speculate about.
Yeah, for one more episode. Yeah, they were really close to the Osiris Gate. So if they didn't show this field of reeds thing, I could say Mark could have made a run for the gate and got back to Earth, and I think Layla's got to come because Kanju's Kanju's got to come back to stop Harrow and Emmett, or do we end on a big cliffhanger where the bad guys win?
Well, we've seen in the trailers the fight scene where you see Moon Knight and Harrow going up, right in front of the moon. They're running up to attack each other. It looks like on a rooftop or something, but so we're gonna get the return of the Moon Knight. He's got to confront Harrow. I mean, they've got to do that. It's just a matter of how, and where's Jake? Where's Jake?
I think Jake has to come out and replace Steven until
maybe,
because that's one way they could do it. Like this whole series could be the Steven and Mark, and then if they do a season 2, they could do no Steven, all Jake and Mark. So because it's confusing enough with 2 characters and avatars for Egyptian gods, and it's crazy. Mark was supposed to find Kanju, yeah.
Was it find
him, but he's in prison, so find him and free him, I think. Whatever. We'll find out next week.
Yes, we will.
It'll be a rough week. We've got finale of Moon Knight. We've got May the 4th. We've got Multiverse of Madness.
Doctor Strange, baby.
Got a lot going on. We're spoiling these in a half hour now. That's good.
I think it's just, we have way too many questions this week. We did not get as many answers as we needed by the end of this show. So we got all the questions to.
I don't know. We got a big answer though. Is how and why he created Stephen Grant.
Yep.
It's a huge answer. So now it's like you said. I'm completely forgetting about the plot with the bad guys.
Right.
Stealing souls before they even do crime or sin, and punishing them precog. Well, that'll be interesting. I'm liking it. It's quite the ride. Oscar Isaac is killing it, and
I as I was watching, I was just thinking how he's got to do these performances without his supporting star. He's having to do these insane reactions. When he's hitting himself in the head and he's, losing it. He doesn't have his co-actor to play off of.
Yeah.
And then he's got to do the scene again from the other direction.
Yeah.
And that's hard. That's good acting.
Yep.
No two bones about it.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing more shows. That reminds me of Black Orchid. I don't know if you saw Black Orchid.
Mm-mm.
That's gonna the actress that's gonna play She-Hulk.
Oh, interesting.
Is this a Black Orchid or? That's not pulling it up, but that was what it was called. Anyway, she had a bunch of clones in that show, and she had
Black.
different
Oh, talk
personalities.
to Black Lotus.
No, it's not Black Lotus. Black Lotus. Black O something. Look up She-Hulk because I know it's that actress.
And Zizu says Black Orchid.
Yeah. Where am I? I'm on freaking.
Not to be confused with Black Mirror.
Right. She-Hulk. Tanya Masanali is the actress, and she. Oh, jeez. Orphan Black. And there was an O in it. Orphan Black. Oh, here's Zizu. Here's Zizu found it. Orphan Black was this crazy show about clones. And one of them was like a Russian assassin, and one of them
Samsonite. I was way off.
Soccer mom and Orphan. Oh, Doc got it first. Doc gets props.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, she was a great actress in that one, playing off of herself also as other clones and stuff. So that's coming up pretty good pretty soon here too. She-Hulk. What's the Disney Plus rundown? Disney Plus calendar.
Yeah, because don't we have another Marvel movie coming out later this summer? I
used to have this all written down, and I'm just like,
I know, right?
I don't know what's going on. Just wait because they move stuff around anyway. So.
Thor: Love and Thunder is in July. That's what I'm thinking of.
So we get Obi-Wan next month, May.
And yeah, in 1 month.
And then we get Doctor Strange. Oh, this is not right. It says this is not the right rate. See, we're supposed to get Andor this year. Cassian Andor, Star Wars.
It's something they're talking about. Let's see. Is there Moon Knight?
Is Marvel?
Doctor Strange.
She-Hulk.
Oh, Ms. Marvel. The show Ms. Marvel comes out in June. That's our next show, which I am mildly, barely mildly interested in. And then Thor in July. So pretty much every month. Then we've got Wakanda Forever in November, and let's see, She-Hulk. They don't have a date for She-Hulk.
Yeah, we should be starting to see something. So,
but we do the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. I'm curious as to what that's all about.
Oh, what? Moon Knight. Well, I'm striking out on searches here. It's just pulling a bunch of crap. But we know it's coming, and our plates will be full as soon as something ends. Something else is starting, and whether you're into Marvel or Star Wars or I mean, Avatar and crazy stuff is coming too. So Jurassic World.
Park.
Cool.
Jurassic World.
I don't know that we're going to spoil any of those shows. We're stay on the superhero angle. But if they bring something else relevant back, DC wise, that's worth talking about. Maybe Star Wars. I don't know if we'll spoil Obi-Wan. Maybe we'll do like a halfway spoiler or something for Obi-Wan or something. It might be just
maybe do what we did with Boba Fett.
Yeah, we did some of Boba Fett. So
if they're gonna come out with something hard hitting and good like they did with Boba Fett, Boba Fett, then
we're gonna want to talk about it.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, we're gonna have to see Leia.
I watched Superman and Lois. I like the Bizarro Superman. I can't wait. I wanted to see more, but they're on a break right now. They're going to show all of the characters in Bizarro form, Lois and both kids. It'll be funny. And I'm hoping the comics for Bizarro stuff maybe start getting available on a certain person's channel. I'll bug him about it. I'm still waiting for a couple Doctor Strange issues. I don't know if he mailed them separately than my last shipment, but
probably.
I got some comics coming, and we got movies to watch, and who's staying up to midnight to order Star Wars Lego sets?
Not this guy.
No,
I don't do that. I just because it's not like I need it that badly.
So I stay up to it's only 10 o'clock your time.
True.
It's midnight on the East Coast. So Doc says he's going in person. I stopped going to the store during COVID, and I'm still hooked on online shopping.
But you can't. You don't have the pick-a-brick wall online.
I know. I haven't gotten to the pad wall in forever, but I just order what I want, and it gets shipped the next few days. And
we've had like 2 or 3 weeks of new parts. So I got to get down there again.
Yeah. Well, good reminder. Maybe I'll get down to the pad wall one of these days. If I have to go down there for one of the freebies, like it's in store only for the keychain or something. It's like, usually it's something whack. Caesar says he'll watch the show if Bizarro's in there. Yeah, check out Superman and Lois. So is Hive. Hive's watching it. Cool. Oh, they're going to the Lego store. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up an old set, the one with Fennec Shand, and it's right at the 160 mark. So hopefully I get all those freebies, and they ship them to my door, and it's all good. So I'll have a couple of characters. I'm also waiting for some customs from Firestar Toys.
Ooh,
I'll
very cool.
Maybe wait for that to come before I spoil what that is. So if you're an Instagrammer, check the Instagrams and see sneak previews of what I'm building and what I'm bringing to Chicago. And we're going to be collabing. Larry, we got some space. I told Mel today to make sure he gets some space for our collab.
I saw that.
And now all we have to do is build it. So
yeah, I think I will get I'll put the land speeder on my list.
Oh, Haley's here.
Yeah, hi Haley.
Drive by. Meow. We're almost done. Any what else you working on? You got any comments?
Oh, not really. I'm just, looking forward to this week's show. Get some loose ends tied up. Other than that, got a lot to build before Chicago, man.
Smoke Doc's gonna get the land speeder.
I want the land speeder to go. I want to have the Ecto 1, the land speeder, and the DeLorean parked next to each other. That would be cool.
Yeah, I don't have any of those, so I'm going to keep it that way.
Ken actually just got a couple Ecto ones.
Or I do have the Delorean.
Bricks and Minifigs had a built Ecto one with instructions. So we picked that up for about $150, so that was cool. And he's got one in box, so
Nice.
it is a cool car, man. It's fun to play with.
Yeah,
it is a heavy assembly. It is solid.
right.
It is cool.
Yeah. That's a good way. I waited, so I'm trying to stay true to the minifig form, but I know if I want to be some sort of Lego master contender, I got to start thinking sculptures and larger than minifig scale stuff. Practicing with vehicles would not be a bad idea, but I think I really just need to sculpt like creatures if I really want to practice. Do some
I need to get I gotta get that's one of the things for Chicago I gotta do. We're doing a Ghostbusters Afterlife collab for Fan Expo coming up at the July 4th weekend. So we're working on that over at Ken's house. So a lot of landscape on that one. I think it's 9.5 base plates long and 3 deep. And we've got the mountain and we've got the farmhouse with the field and
the farmhouse,
the barn and all that. So
car driving around through the weeds.
Field of reeds.
All right, let's bring it back. Oh, Johnny G made it just in time before we close it out. What's up, guys? Thanks for checking in. Zizu, Johnny G, Doc Sampson, Haley Bricks, a few other people that are probably out of the chat. Didn't Bricklock or somebody come in? No. He's probably out there.
No, Chef was here at the very beginning.
Chef T, first in. And we're out. We are out. We're out, man. Go watch all of the MCU and preparations for the next movie and have fun with it. All right, later.
Indeed. Later, guys.